Hey, we're back with our final thoughts on the Mostop 3-in-1 excavator, also which is a licensed Volvo excavator. This excavator, it looks like the excavator in real life. We drove past one in real life that was exactly like same color, like the bars right here were orange. It was almost it was identical really to this, except the tracks were metal and obviously not rubber, and it was steel and not plastic, but it was identical to this. So you know, we were pretty impressed when we saw that, to how realistic ours is. There are a couple of modifications that I did to this one coming out of the box. The reason why I did one of the modifications, which was put this recovery hook on, was so we could recover cars on our course. We don't really use this hook, this recovery point very often, because it's just much easier to put the bucket down, and if you put the bucket down and you drive towards the car, it'll flip it right over. So it's just easier to flip it over that way. The other thing I did was added a robot driver, and then added this passenger. The only thing we had to really do to this excavator out of the box that I would recommend that you should do is the little plastic orange points right here that, you know, kind of depict where the metal bars are, the safety bars. Take those out and glue them in, because they fall out very easily. So the first thing I did was I took them all out and I used super glue and I glued them in, and then they haven't fallen out since. I did get an extra battery for this, so we have 2 batteries to run. This excavator is extremely powerful. It's more powerful than you would think it would be. We did tug of wars with this excavator and all of our stuff, and this excavator far outpulled everything, easily outpulled everything. It wasn't even a contest. Even our bulldozer, we put our bulldozer facing the opposite direction, not pulling nose to nose, but pulling the excavator nose to the back of to the bulldozer. We gave the bulldozer a head start and let it go, and then we turned on the excavator and just pulled it right back. So it's really powerful. We can put our RGT Adventure on the top of this boom when it's all the way up. It'll hold the RGT Adventure up there with no problem. So it is a very powerful excavator. For 80 bucks off of Amazon, this thing is a whole lot of fun. And if you don't have one of these, you should get one for 80 bucks, especially if you run your 24s a lot. For an SCX 24, this thing can flip in 24 over very easily. You just put the bucket down a little bit, you just run it right into the 24, it flips it right over, drive it right back on your way, and you're good to go. What I will say is these tracks work really good on dirt. On dirt they work good. On hardwood floors they work good. On our deck outside they work fairly good. On grass and on shag carpeting they do not work good, because they get hung up and bound up and they will fall off. They are easy to put back on, but obviously you don't want to be pulling them off and putting them on too often, because you're going to stretch them out. So when you're on carpet, you have to crab walk it a lot to get it to turn. And when you're on grass, you have to do the same thing. You have to drive a little bit, try to turn it, drive a little bit more, turn it, reverse it, turn it, just crab it around. When you're on hardwood or when you're on dirt, it will flip around. It will do all the things it was supposed to do, just like in real life. So that's the only thing I will tell you about this, that caution you, if you're going to play with this on carpet, you're going to be doing a lot of crab walking with it. But if you're going to play with it on hardwood or on concrete, or, you know, in the dirt, it's perfect for that. It will function perfectly. The bucket is plastic. The claw gripper is plastic. Whoops. Up here. Here we go. The jackhammer is metal. So it's, you can't hear that, but It's metal, and it does work. It does function. It does move up and down. The claw, you're gonna pick up the ball that comes with it, but you're picking up nothing else. Like even my dog's toys, just the shell, because my dogs like to rip all the insides out of their soft plushy toys, and just the shell, this can't pick it up. It won't be able to do it. So if you're gonna buy this thing thinking you're gonna pick things up with this claw, think again. This will only pick up the little rubber ball that comes with it. It will pick up other little rubber balls, but anything of weight, it will not pick up. It will not pick up a 24, like even if I like try to hook it on there, it will just slide right off. So this really doesn't pick up anything. It's cool to pick up the ball with, but other than that, it does nothing. And this is really cool that it's metal, and it's cool that it moves like a jackhammer, but it also does nothing. The mainstay of this excavator is the bucket. That's where you're going to be able to pick things up with. You can kind of pick them up. I can pick the plushy toys up with it with the claws on the end of the bucket, or you can push the 24s over with the bucket down. But that's about the functionality of this. It will turn 360 degrees in each direction. The boom does function as it should. Everything works as it should, but just for $80 on Amazon, this thing is a lot of fun, and I would seriously recommend getting it. So, thumbs up for me.